We have a motion on the floor. The motion is that Bill number 11 of 2026, Securities Amendment, be read. For aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried.
Item 3B, Government Business, Bills, third reading. Bill number 11 of 2026, Securities Amendment.
Honour Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move that Bill number 11 of 2026, Securities Amendment, be read for a third time and passed.
Honour members, I now put a question. The question is that Bill number 11 of 2026, Securities Amendment, be read a third time and pass. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. And the bill has passed.
Item 3B, Government Business, Bills, first reading. Bill number 12 of 2026, Microfinance Amendment.
Honour members, we now move to Bill number 12. So I also request the spokespersons to be ready from the opposition political parties. But Honourable Minister, as you're aware, that this bill has not satisfied the 28-day notice, although it has satisfied the 7-day rule, and that the Speaker has been noticed and he has approved. But we need a motion, a waiver from you, Honourable Minister. I therefore recognize you for the waiver. Thank you. Minister.
Mr. First Deputy Speaker, I beg to move that all the relevant standing orders be waived to allow me to present Bill number 12 of 2026, Microfinance Amendment. This bill, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, has met the 7-day minimum number of days, but it has not met the 28 days requirement. I therefore beg to move that the standing orders be waived to allow me to present this very important bill, the bill that brings uniformity, that brings transparency and accountability with regard to unclaimed money. So I beg to move, Mr. First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, Honour members. There's a motion on the floor. The motion is from the Honourable Minister of Finance requesting this House to waive the 28-day notice for him to present the bill number 12 of 2026, Microfinance Amendment. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, and the motion is carried. Honour Minister, for second reading when, Honour Minister?
Mr. First Deputy Speaker, today and now.
Honour members, we take another motion. The motion is to allow that Bill number 12 of 2026, Microfinance Amendment, to be taken today and now. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, and the motion is carried.
Item 3B, Government Business, Bills, second reading. Bill number 12 of 2026, Microfinance Amendment.
Thank you. I therefore recognize the Honourable Minister of Finance for the second reading speech. Thank you. Where is the house when the honorable minister is going to the dispatch box? Thank you.
Mr. First Deputy Speaker, I beg to move that the Microfinance Amendment Bill 2026 be now read for the second time. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, this bill seeks to amend the Microfinance Act, Chapter 46, Section 8 of the laws of Malawi to provide for the administration of unclaimed money held by microfinance institutions. You will note, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, that this bill is also part of the wider package of amendments aimed at bringing consistency and uniformity to how unclaimed monies are administered across the Malawi financial sector. In terms of rationale, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, the Microfinance Act currently makes no provision for how unclaimed money held by microfinance institutions should be treated. Such a gap, therefore, creates room for misinterpretation on how unclaimed money from the microfinance institutions or sector should be treated. This bill fills that gap by bringing such funds under the Public Finance Management Act 2022, and hence ensuring that microfinance sector is governed by the same standard being applied across the rest of the financial sector. In terms of content, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, the bill in Section 2 amends Section 52 of the Microfinance Act by inserting a new Section 52A that requires a microfinance institution to administer any unclaimed money held by it in accordance with the Public Finance Management Act 2022 and adopting the definition of unclaimed money as assigned under the Public Finance Management Act. With regard to impact, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, the bill closes a gap in the Microfinance Act, ensuring that all unclaimed funds held by microfinance institutions, like all unclaimed monies in the financial sector, are administered in a uniform, consistent, and transparent manner. In conclusion, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, this bill brings the microfinance sector in line with the uniform standard that this House wants to apply to all unclaimed monies across the financial sector and ensuring that no part of that sector remains outside the framework. I therefore urge honourable members of the August House to support the bill. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I beg to move.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honourable Minister. Honourable members, using Standing Order 128, 5 and below, we now recognize spokesperson from political parties in the opposition. The first is Malawi Congress Party, and I recognize Honourable Member for Lilongwe Piriranjuzi. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, for the floor. To speak on behalf of the Malawi Congress Party in response to the bill ably presented by the Honourable Minister of Finance, the Microfinance Amendment Bill of 2026, which is yet another consequential amendment bill, and therefore won't spend much time because it's part of the family of bills being presented in this House so that we harmonize the way unclaimed funds are treated or managed in accordance to the Public Finance Management Act of 2022, specifically thanks, Honourable Deputy Speaker. I was saying that this bill before us is part of the bills that we are amending in this House so that we harmonize the treatment of unclaimed funds, unclaimed money, in accordance to the Public Finance Management Act of 2022, specifically sections 60 to 69, that clearly stipulate how these funds should be claimed back, what constitutes unclaimed funds, and even the period of time that must elapse before the funds are deemed unclaimed. So once again, just as the party has done with the other bills that have passed before, we want to render our full support to this very, very important bill. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, microfinance institutions are generally classified into two. We have deposit-taking microfinance institutions and non-deposit-taking microfinance institutions. So there are times really that these institutions would have customers or clients, that deposited funds with them, and these accounts remain dormant for a long, long, long time, and then the owners eventually are not found, are not traced. Those are the accounts, those are the funds that will really be deemed unclaimed funds according to the Public Finance Management Act. And it's only fair, it's only proper that these unclaimed funds are credited to account number 1 to the consolidated fund, so that government should have liquidity to be able to provide social services to the public. There's bantam, moving around. And I think, Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, you referred to it earlier on when I was speaking to my neighbor here, that the people of Area 25 must probably have their own country. We should have an immigration somewhere there around Kanengo and demand to get passports from them. The reason is that the project which Dr. Jagwa's administration started, the construction of the road from ABC 4925, has really stalled, but it's about cash flow challenges. And these are the funds, Deputy Speaker, that could be used for such developments. In fact, 2 weeks ago, if you saw in the papers, one of the day papers, there was an article that National Bank is keeping about 100 billion US dollars, Malawi kwacha, of unclaimed funds. And they don't know what to do with it because, the current legal framework really does not provide clarity in terms of how these funds should be treated. And so that's why this bill is very, very important. With those few remarks, Honorable Deputy Speaker, we fully support this bill. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I now recognize the honourable member for Chitipa Chendo to speak on behalf, under my discretion, on behalf of the UTM. Thank you.
Thank you very much once again for your gracious act of allowing UTM to give an input on this bill. First Deputy Mr. Speaker, sir, according to Standing Order number 155, we as UTM fell short of one honorable member, as you rightly said, for us to qualify to comment on as a party in this House. So we don't take your act for granted. Right Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir, I rise on behalf of the entire UTM family to give an input on the proposal to amend the Microfinance Act in order to provide for the administration of unclaimed funds held by microfinance institutions in accordance with the Public Finance Management Act 2022. As a country, we can talk of transparency, accountability, and uniformity consistent with management of unclaimed funds within the microfinance sector if we fail to amend this act. First Deputy Mr. Speaker, sir, silence on how unclaimed funds held by microfinance institution has created a big gap that needs to be filled urgently, and that this has to be done now, today and now. These funds can't continue to be handled by the registrar, but instead they need to go to the rightful account, which is account number 1. Right Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir, We as UTM fully support the amendment of Microfinance Act that seeks to provide for the administration of the unclaimed fund held by microfinance institutions in accordance with the Public Finance Management Act 2022. I submit.
Thank you, honourable members. The same standing order acknowledges the chairperson if they have brought a report. So we have received a report from the Committee on Budget and Legal Affairs. I therefore would like to recognize the chairperson of the Budget and Finance Committee of this House to present the report. You have the floor, honourable member for Lilongwe Msonzi South.
Actually, Lilongwe Msozi only. There's now only one Msozi. We used to have South and North. We now just have one Lilongwe Msozi.
Acknowledged, honourable chairperson.
Thank you,
have
right.
The floor, sir.
Thank you, right honourable Deputy Speaker. Thank you so much, right honourable Deputy Speaker, for giving me the floor. And on behalf of the Joint Parliamentary Committee on Legal Affairs and Budget, I would like to move that this House adopts the report of the committee on Bill number 12 of 2026, the Microfinance Amendment. Right honourable Deputy Speaker, although this bill appears to address a highly technical issue, the committee found that it raises matters of fundamental importance to financial governance. At its core, the bill seeks to promote accountability, strengthen regulatory consistency, and reinforce public confidence in our management of funds held by microfinance institutions. And this bill proposes to amend the Microfinance Act of 2010 by introducing a statutory framework for the administration of unclaimed monies held by licensed microfinance institutions, and specifically, it requires such funds to be administered in accordance with the Public Finance Management Act of 2022, thereby ensuring a uniform, transparent, and accountable approach to the management of such monies. Right honourable Deputy Speaker, sir, the contribution of microfinance institutions to Malawi's economy cannot be overstated. They provide essential financial services to millions of Malawians, particularly low-income households, small-scale entrepreneurs, farmers, and traders who often have limited access to conventional banking services. Their continued success depends largely upon the confidence the customers place in them. It is therefore imperative that the legal framework governing the management of customers' funds is clear, transparent, and capable of inspiring public trust. Right honourable Deputy Speaker, during the scrutiny of this bill, your committee carefully examined the existing provisions of the Microfinance Act of 2010, and the committee established that unlike several financial sector laws, the Act contains no express provisions governing the treatment of unclaimed monies held by licensed microfinance institutions. This omission has created uncertainty regarding how such funds should be managed, supervised, and eventually reclaimed by their rightful owners. It is this legislative gap that the bill seeks to close. And by introducing a new section, Section 52A, into the Act, the proposed amendment requires every licensed microfinance institution to administer unclaimed monies in accordance with the Public Finance Management Act. Right honourable Deputy Speaker, while this amendment consists of only a single substantive provision, its significance extends far beyond its simplicity. For the first time, it establishes a clear legal obligation governing the administration of unclaimed monies in the microfinance sector. And in doing so, it harmonizes the Microfinance Act with the Public Finance Management Act. Right honourable Deputy Speaker, the recommendations that the committee made are more or less the same to do with issues of public awareness and some proper institutional frameworks developed, especially regulations. But allow me to highlight at least one new recommendation specific for this bill, and that is to let the Reserve Bank to require licensed microfinance institutions to establish effective systems for tracing and notifying customers before their funds are classified as unclaimed. Every reasonable effort should be made to reunite customers with their funds before any transfer is effected under the Public Finance Management Act. And this is so because, like I said earlier on, most of Malawians that patronize microfinance institutions would really be people with challenges in terms of access to information. Therefore, if the RBM as the regulator of financial services could impress upon licensed microfinance institutions to really do all they can to reunite people with their funds before they are deemed unclaimed and therefore transferred to account number 1. The Joint Committee is therefore satisfied that Bill number 12 of 2026, the Microfinance Amendment, provides an appropriate and necessary legal framework for the administration of unclaimed monies, and accordingly recommends to the whole House to adopt this report. On that basis, Right Honourable Deputy Speaker, I beg to move that this House adopts the report of the Joint Parliamentary Committee on Legal and the Budget. I beg to move.
Thank you, Chair. May I recognize a seconder to the Chairperson's report? Honourable Member for Zomba Matia constituency. Honourable Member, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to second the motion that has been moved by the Honourable Co-Chairperson of the Budget Committee and Legal Affairs Committee. I will not take much to speak what the Chair has already said, rather just add a few points thereon. First Deputy Speaker, the current Microfinance Act 2010 contains no specific provisions governing the treatment of unclaimed money, therefore creating unnecessity in the management of the funds. This uncertainty is not merely a legal or technical issue. It has practical implication for regular oversight, financial accountability, and public confidence in microfinance. First Deputy Speaker, allow me to emphasize the important point. Your committee observed that the success of the reforms will depend not only on the enactment of the law, but also on the effective implementation. First Honourable Speaker, your committee also carefully considered the concerns regarding the recovery of unclaimed money. Members were of the view that while the proposed framework strengthens the financial governance, it should not create unnecessary administrative barriers for rightful owners seeking to recover their funds. Finally, First Deputy Speaker, the committee was satisfied that the proposed amendment strikes an appropriate balance between strengthening the regulatory oversight and safeguarding the right and interests of customers. With these few remarks, First Deputy Speaker, I beg to second the motion and urge this Honourable House to adopt the report of the Joint Parliamentary Committee on Legal Affairs and Budget on Bill number 12 of 2026 Microfinance Amendment. I thank you, First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. I therefore thank you very much. Seconder, I therefore recognize Honourable Member from Zimba West, 5 minutes for debate. You have the floor, sir.
First Deputy Speaker, thank you very much for recognizing the people of Mzimba West to comment on the report by the Joint Parliamentary Committee on Budget and Legal Affairs. Not to take so much time, right, First Deputy Speaker, the people of Mzimba West are excited to hear that the government would like to move to eliminate the predatory fee erosion of the poor man's savings. Right, Honorable Speaker, there is a point in the savings journey with the microfinance institutions where your monies can earn no more. However, the administration fees is still deducted from them. And by channeling these monies into account number 1, we are actually saving the very interest of a poor man in Perembe, a poor man in Erunyeni. I therefore, on behalf of the people of Mzimba West, fully support the bill, and I support any effort to cap the exploitative behavior of the MFIs beyond their control as described. I submit, First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Deputy Leader for curtailment of debate on the report of the committee. You have the okay. You have the floor, sir. I was confused on your sitting plan, but you have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much, Honorable First Deputy Speaker. At this juncture, let me move a motion that the House curtails debate to allow on the report, to allow the the minister, to allow the chairperson to wind up debate. I beg to move.
Thank you, Deputy Leader. Honourable members, we have a motion on the floor. The motion is for the curtailment of debate on the committee's report to allow the chairperson to wind up. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, and the motion is carried. Chairperson.
Thank you, Right Honourable Deputy Speaker. Just to thank Mzimba West, who also happens to be chairperson for the Trade Committee, for the sentiments that he raised, essentially just supporting the report. And having said that, allow me to beg, Right Honourable Deputy Speaker, that the report on microfinance be now adopted by the whole House. I beg to move.
Thank you, Chairperson. Honourable members, we have a motion on the floor. The motion is to request this House that we adopt the report of the Joint Committee of the Budget and Finance and Legal Affairs of this House on Bill number 12 of 2026, Microfinance Amendment. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. Honourable members, we now move to the debate, the general debate of the bill. Bill number 12 of 2026, Microfinance. Any takers on the floor for general debate on the bill? Deputy Leader.
Honorable First Deputy Speaker, when I look around, I get the confirmation that all of us in this House, we are in confirmation of this bill, and because of that, let me move a motion that we curtail the debate to allow the Honorable Minister of Finance wind up on this bill. I beg to move.
Thank you very much, Deputy Leader. Honourable members, we have a motion on the floor. The motion is requesting this House from the Deputy Leader of the House for the curtailment of debate on the bill number 12, 2026, microfinance amendment, to allow the Honourable Minister to wind up. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. Honourable Minister, to wind up debate.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, for allowing me to wind up following the comments made by the spokesperson of Malawi Congress Party, specifically from Pilanjuzi, and also the spokesperson for UTM. We also had the comments from the Honorable Member from Zimba West. All the spokespersons support this bill, but there were specific comments made by UTM, Chitipa Chendo, who emphasized the need that before the money is declared and claimed, or before the money is transferred to the consolidated account, there must be concerted efforts to ensure that we trace the owner or the relatives, so that this money should go to the intended beneficiaries or the relatives. Another point raised by Zimba West was to say that this pieces of legislation or this amendment also takes into account the interest. It takes into account the interest of the poor man in Perembe, the poor man in Nsanje, the poor man in Nchinji. So I want to agree with the honourable member. But I think there's also a point that the honourable member for Pilanjus mentioned, the need for honourable members that when you have an investment in a bank, once you have an investment in form of either shares, securities, make sure that somebody has to know. Somebody has to know. Otherwise, something happens, that money becomes unclaimed and it will go to MG account number 1. I don't think that's our intention. So let's make sure we do that. We disclose, but when disclosing, you should also know that there are attendant risks associated with that. There are also attendant risks associated with that. I just wanted to emphasize, Honorable Chair of Legal, that it is very important. I'm saying this because, as we speak now, one bank, and that's National Bank, just declared that there's 100 billion unclaimed money. Can you imagine how much money is started at the bank? We have 8 banks put together. This is the money that they have failed to trace the owners. So it is my humble request to the August House, and indeed to the entire nation, that when you have made an investment, make sure you disclose to your trusted wife or friends or children. It's very, very important, honorable chairpersons. I thought I should mention that because it's very important. It's very, very important for to do that. So with honorable or Mr. First Deputy Speaker, the entire August House supports this bill because of its implication, because it harmonizes all the treatment of unclaimed funds. With those remarks, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, I beg to move that the bill be read for a second time.
Thank you very much, honour members. We have a motion on the floor. The motion is for Bill number 12 of 2026, microfinance amendment, to be read a second time. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried.
Item 3B, government business, bills, committee stage, bill number 12 of 2026, microfinance amendment.
Honour members, this bill is now at committee stage. Allow me to request the Honourable Chairperson for the Education Committee to chair the committee stage. Honourable Chair for Education Committee, you have the floor.
Honourable members, welcome to the committee stage of Bill number 12 of 2026, Microfinance Amendment. I wish to inform you that so far the Chair has not received any notice of our proposed amendment on the bill. If no one wishes to speak, I now put a question, and the question is that clause 1 to 2 stand part of the bill. Those of the opinion say aye, and those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, and the motion is carried. Honourable members, this marks the end of the committee stage of Bill number 12 of 2026 Microfinance Amendment. I thank you for your active participation.
Item 3B, government business, bills, report stage, bill number 12 of 2026, microfinance amendment.
Thank you, Honour Minister, for report.
Mr. Federal Speaker, I beg to report that Bill number 12 of 2026, Microfinance Amendment, has passed through report committee stage without amendments. I therefore beg to move that Bill number 12 of 2026, Microfinance Amendment, be read a third time.
Thank you. Honour members, we have a motion on the floor. The motion is that Bill number 12 of 2026, Microfinance Amendment, be read a third time. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, and the motion is carried.
Item 3B, Government Business, Bills, third reading, Bill number 12 of 2026, Microfinance Amendment.
Honour Minister, for third reading. Third reading when? Minister, third reading when?
Mr. First Deputy Speaker, today and now. I therefore beg to move, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, that the bill number 12 be read for a third time and passed. I beg to move.
Thank you very much. Honour members, we have a motion on the floor. The motion is that Bill number 12 of 2026, Microfinance Amendment, be read a third time and pass. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, and the motion is carried, and the bill has passed.
Item 3B, Government Business, Bills, first reading, Bill number 13 of 2026, Financial Cooperatives Amendment.
Honour members, I have noted of the demands for a health break. I would like to say there will be no health break this afternoon, as we will be tackling these bills. And those that feel health break, please pop out and come back as we continue. But let's not lose our spokespersons, because we need you in the House for these bills. Honourable Minister of Finance, the bill number 13 of 2026, Financial Cooperatives Amendment, has satisfied the 7-day notice, but has not satisfied the 28-day notice. I know you have reported to the Speaker, and the Speaker has approved for you to table this, but according to our own rules, we want you to waive and explain to this House why you would like to present the bill today. Honourable Minister of Finance.
Mr. First Deputy Speaker, I beg to move that all the relevant standing orders be waived to allow me to present Bill number 13 of 2026, Financial Cooperatives Amendment. This bill, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, has met the 7